This is a GQ 1996. It's actually got that tray's off a Rodeo, believe it or not. I'm actually going to make a custom tray for it eventually. The two boxes in the back, one is for to carry my spare parts and tools. The second one, where the jerry cans are mounted at the back, is got 2 lithium batteries in it. I used to run the AMG type, but to save weight I've gone for lithium now. A little bit expensive, but I'll probably save myself 40 kilos in weight there. It's got a 147 litre long range tank in it, 4-inch exhaust system with a 4-inch muffler straight through, and it starts probably 3/4 of the way down. It's not all the way through. Obviously it's got standard exhaust headers that come off the 6.5 into 2.5-inch pipes, and then they cross over into the single 4-inch, which runs from about the passenger side door to the back. Sounds good. Allows the engine to breathe, especially with the supercharger. It's got a 2-inch body lift with a 2-inch lift kit, so it gives it about 4 inches all up. Rock sliders, rock sliders on it. 4-inch custom snorkel, which was done by Moonlight Fabrications. They're in Perth here. It's got an X-Rocks bull bar on it. With 4-drive super center spotlights. I just bought these. I had the original set. These are one of their latest and greatest. I buy them because they're cheap, and what you pay for is good quality. I've also got one of their winches as well. Dominator Extreme, which I'm pretty happy with. It's remote. Haven't really tested it yet. This thing doesn't really get boxed, so I haven't really had to pull anything out with it yet, but I'll let you guys know how that goes when I actually get to use it. Interior, I've got Recaro seats with lumbar support. Had a mate of mine cover them in sheepskins just to protect them. It's got a B&M, this is actually a copy of a B&M Quicksilver shifter. The reason I went for that is I do not like the standard shifter. They normally put one out of a GU. They tend to rattle and carry on a bit, so I actually don't mind this at all. I've had a few cars that have had B&M shifters in them. They're really they're ergonomic, they're nice to use. I like the ratchet mode in them, so if you want to lock it in low, it's really simple to use, and they look quite nice. This is custom vehicle, it's not standard anyway. So I've got my pillow pod there. Bottom one is yeah, I just lost my train of thought there. This bottom one's temperature, middle one is the dual batteries in the front, and the top one is boost and exhaust tip. Because you do, with the supercharger, you do run a bit of boost. This runs at about 15 psi boost at the moment with the pulley setup I've got on it. Standard, when I originally did the supercharger, it was running on about 11 psi, but I put a smaller pulley on it to give it a bit more boost. Problem is, if I go too far, I'll put an under pulley on it and probably try and get about 18 psi boost out of it. It gets very hot, so that's what you lose to try and gain horsepower. It brings the temperature up, and this thing it actually runs very cool at the moment. It does not get hot. I went to Cape York when I first built the car, and towed a 3-ton caravan all the way over there, did 16,000 k's in the middle of summer, and the thing didn't even get to a quarter. Didn't get to a quarter. It's got one of these rad custom-made radiators in it, which when I pop them on it, I'll show you guys that. And yeah, just does not get hot. Even with the auto, because they run 20% hotter, it still doesn't get hot because I've got a big transcooler in it. This is obviously all fitted by Brunswick Diesel because I don't have facilities to do the motor. I would have liked to have done it myself if I had built a shed at my place, but I don't have anywhere. You really need a hoist to do it properly, and I don't have a hoist at the moment. But I am very happy with the job they've done so far. The engineering that's gone into it is really good. The car drives like new. It's got new brakes, new suspension, everything's been replaced. It's only the body that's starting to show its age a bit. Like I said, I've had a few patrols. I've had GUs and I prefer the GQs because I prefer the squarer shape. And yeah, no, I really like it. It's got clear view mirrors on it. So if you ring up Clearview and they say you can't put them on GQs, well there you go, you can. I will actually run through how to fit them if anybody is interested and keen on getting these are actually off a GU and they do fit. With a little bit of modification you can put them on. And I've got indicators in the ends here, so the indicators work and electric mirrors work, because this vehicle was originally fitted with electric mirrors, so I've wired all that in, and it really is quite simple to fit. Because when I rang up Clearview and spoke to the guy who owns it, and I ran into him down at the 4-wheel drive show, he was not interested. Even when I showed him what I'd done to my car, he's still not interested. So if anybody wants to know how to fit Clearview mirrors to their GQ, I'm more than willing to show you what you need to do to fit them on. And I've had those on for about 4 years now. They're really good mirrors. In the back, I'll just remove the sheet because I've had my dog in the back and she tends to drop a bit of hair, and I try to keep my car as clean as I possibly can. These are original front seats, which I had a mate of mine do some custom sheepskins for it just to protect them. They're in really good condition. So I've actually taken the bench seat out, and now I've got buckets with my Angel fridge in between, mounted in between, which works really well. I've also got an Outback roof console with my GME 80 channel 2A in it. I keep all my maps in the map drawer. I do have another one. I've got an Oracle. I run two 2As, so one when, particularly when you're travelling, you can talk to the convoy if you're travelling in convoy, and one I can leave on the truckies channel to find out what's going on ahead, because normally those guys are right on the ball if there's any issues up the road. Over here is my bus, a 1971 AEC Swift. It actually is converted into a motorhome, and eventually when I've finished restoring this, I will be putting my Patrol on the back. I've actually got a trailer for it, which is over here. It's a tri-axle trailer. There's a spare for the bus on the back. It's actually not a bad setup at all. It's just, it's a little bit rusty, surface rust, no major rust in it. Just needs a new floor. It's got a 200 litre diesel tank, storage tank there, a winch, and the ramps are on the back there. Apparently the guy I got the bus off, he had an 80 series which used to fit on the back. he used to put on the back of this, and he did a trip to Darwin. So yeah, the only thing I've got to do is get a license again, and obviously put some electric brakes on it, breakaway brakes, because that's the law these days. But it's all there. It might look like a lot of work, but it's not really. It's just cosmetic things. The structure is fine. It's just got a bit of surface rust on it. So what I'll be doing is I'll be putting my Patrol, which is over there, on the back of this, behind the bus, and I'll be doing some travelling. So I do have JQ Work and Play 9th 2015, which can carry motorbikes in the back. But what I find, particularly with this, because I've had the GVM upgraded on it, it's now 3.3 tonne with all the weight I'm carrying. I'm very close to my GVM with the caravan and everything, whereas I can use this and put it on a trailer. That's a 4-tonne trailer, and I don't have to worry about the heavies. And I've already proved that this vehicle can, you know, it's already been across Australia once to Cape York and all over the place, did 16,000 k's, didn't miss a beat, so it's proved itself, carried the caravan. So yeah, this bus is very, very reasonable to run. I actually picked it up and bought it in Wollongong Hills and brought it all the way back to York, which is, you know, I drove it on a permit and some licence, been sitting for 5 years, hadn't been started. I've actually got a video of us going to pick it up and starting it up, start it first time, and yeah, no, it runs really good. Just done a service on it. I'm going to take the injectors out and do the injectors on it. Pretty much, it's a standard AEC 6-cylinder motor on it, which lays down. If you guys are interested, I'll show you footage of what the motor looks like and how it works. It's got 2 radiators on it. It's got one on the end here with that cowlings. The guy got it off. He's got a second radiator to help with the cooling. I'll go into that more, people interested. Got a gear off the back, which I'm probably going to keep because I like it. I like the feel of the bus. It's got a real vintage feel to it. I quite like that sort of thing. It's got a map of Australia on the opposite side, which it's a bit, it's starting to turn into powder at the moment, so I'll probably get a sticker made up when I eventually start travelling. I'll mark all the areas where I'm going to go. So it was bus number 16. I've done a little bit of research on it. It's actually from the Canberra Bus Fleet Service, because I joined a club on Facebook, which is Old Motorhomes Australia, and a guy got back to me and said that actually, yeah, it was from Canberra. The colour scheme on it is from the Canberra Bus Fleet Service in the 70s. So yeah, it was actually called Serenity. That's what the guy had it before me called it. So it's, yeah, everything works on it, all the lights work. It just needs a good clean up basically. I've got a mate who's a panel beater, and he's going to paint it for me. I was going to pay for the paint, and no, he does a really good job. As you can see there, guys, at the back there's a map of Australia. So I'll probably keep that. Maybe, like I said, if I can try and save that, I will. If not, I'll get another one, and I'll just maybe stick it on, mark in with a permanent marker where I'll do all my travels. So yeah, this bus has been sitting for 5 years, and yeah, because it's got solar panels on the roof. Don't know whether you guys can see from that. Those solar panels have kept the batteries fully fully charged, so it didn't take much at all. So it's got the original batteries in it from when the other guy had it. He's now deceased, but apparently the last trip he did is he went to Darwin with it, towing the 80 series behind that trailer, and that was approximately about 5 years ago. I'll show you a bit of the inside. I've started re-carpeting all the front section. I've put new carpet down. There's a shifter set up, so it's like a semi-automatic. So you've got reverse, first, second, third, fourth H pattern. That's a handbrake over there. Just start setting up for reverse cameras. Still got a fair bit of work to do. As you can see, I've been working on it. Excuse the mess. Been pulling all the old carpet off the roof. And putting new stuff up. But everything's there. It's got a hot water system, sink, stove, air conditioner. Same at the back here. I've been stripping this. I've put new carpet on the floor and on the sides. This is a bedroom. Been having a couple of issues re-gluing this new carpet up, so I've sourced some better contact cement, which in the next couple of weeks I'll be re-gluing all this back up. That didn't quite work the first time, but I don't claim to be any motor trimmer, so I'm very happy the way it's turning out so far. This bed here lifts up, and then underneath, at later videos, I'll show you there's an access panel to get to the motor. In here is a toilet shower. There's the toilet. There's also a washing machine, which actually works, believe it or not. It spun me out when I tested it, but there, everything works. Fridge, microwave, I haven't tested that yet, haven't got around to doing that. Oven and range wood. So I have got new seats. Bought these seats ages ago, never put them in. I bought them for four-wheel drive, never put them in. So I've actually got two of these, and I bought this swivel base. So it swivels 360 degrees off eBay, and they're all engineered approved. So I'm going to mount this seat in the front here and be able to swivel it back and have a table and workstation there. I'm also going to replace this seat here, the main driver's seat, with one of those seats there. Just more comfortable. And I'll put one of those swivel bases there as well. So like I said, if you guys are interested, I'll do some more videos on this bus and the progress I make with it. Like I said, even though it's called Patrol Life, I will be doing a bit of everything. I've also got a VX Club Sport which I'm restoring, so I might be putting some content up on that. If you guys are interested in all that sort of thing, I'll be doing some videos of that. This is my mate's workshop in York, and yeah, he does a very good job. As you can see, there's Fiats, Zephyr, Jag, Mini, and there's an old Bedford truck over there. which has Jag running gear, Jag front end and a Jag rear end. And this was originally going to be have an LS1 in it or something. We were thinking about putting a 6.5 with a supercharger on it. He wants to turn this eventually into his work truck. I actually wanted him to keep the patina. As you can see there, Swan and Son, Beverly. I think that's cool. I'll be clear coating that and keeping that patina. I think it'll look really good as a rat rod truck. What do you guys think? I love the shape. That's a little bit of the yard. I'll go through the motor on the Patrol now. As you can see, it's a 6.5 supercharger. It's got the bullet supercharger. I run 2 batteries. They're both starters. I've actually got a switch where I can actually convert into 24 volts, because this does need a fair bit of cranking power. I've got the 2 deep cycle batteries in the back, so that's why I run 2 starters. There's my custom airbox, also made by Moonlight Fabrications. I'm running a K&N air filter, because I like K&N. Easy to clean and they give you good airflow. Got air lockers on the front. There's my ARB compressor. And there you can see the mod plate for the GVM upgrade and the plate for the dual cab, and also Brunswick diesels, which was the motor was done in 2017. And that's the ATRAD radiator. And I've also done upgrade on the pulley system. It originally had a 4-row pulley, 4-row belt on it, and 4-row pulley. I've gone to an 8-row now, because the problem was every 10,000 k's or so the belt was stretching, so I was having to put a new belt on every 10,000 k's. This has solved the problem, because it was so much torque from the supercharger that it was just stretching the belt. So this has actually solved the problem. It wasn't cheap to do, but I can run through the prices of that upgrade. But its benefits have been huge. I'll just start it up for you guys. Some people find it too loud, but I don't mind the sound at all. I love the sound. Love the sound of the whine of the supercharger. TD42 in it, which I've still got sitting out the back of my mate's workshop as spare parts. Body's rusty, but very, very rusty. It's still got a good 5-speed gearbox, front and rear diffs in it. Not that you have much troubles with the control diffs. They're pretty tough. They don't break very often. Hence, they're not worth a great deal second hand, unlike Toyota stuff, which you pay for in the nose for